Welcome to OUR News, an informative program on the weekly progress of the Collectivité. Last weekend, 5 monitoring agents, better known as ASVP, were promoted to the level of policemen. But before getting to the story, it's necessary to distinguish the two. ASVP are common agents with very limited functions. They can observe and verbally demand stoppage and/or parking of vehicles. They are there for the security of the people, such as crossing guards. They are not allowed to carry a weapon and/or issue fines. Now, municipal police are responsible to ensure good order, safety, security, and public health, and also to provide an administrative function. They can issue fines pertaining to seatbelts and/or talking on the phone while driving, and they are allowed to carry a weapon. Of course, there are a few other differences, but that was just to give you the basics of understanding the differences. Here is the head of police department speaking on the promotion of the gentleman.
Well, 5 ISVP was promoted from the result of an examen taken. It was an examen interne professionnel, and also 1 agent from the service de l'environnement, which is Almainville, also was promoted. They passed the test that they had for the examen professionnel. Well, this means that right now they have the competence of a police and they could carry out the missions of the police. To the contrary of when they being ISVP, they were limited in their competence. Now they could do procès verbal and they could releve certain infractions according that the law gave them the authority to do. Well, it was a test more question general about the police. And also, there was a physical test. Of course, you want to make sure that the people coming in the police are apt to carry out those missions. In our police force, the mayor at the time had decided that he wanted to arm the police. Therefore, all agents of the police could be armed. However, there are special training to do, and they would do that training, and also they would be able to wear the arm. But immediately, no.
St. Martin is looking for a few good men and, of course, women. Do you think you possess the qualifications to serve and protect your country?
We have, but seeing the amount of different activities that we have, we would welcome some more police because we have the lycée to deal with. And you know the children nowadays are not like long time. We have 3 colleges to deal with, Colsac, French Quarter, and Concordian. We have this amount of school that we stretch thin. But I must also say to the population that security is not a thing only of the police. All of us must be vigilant and do what we could to try to bring down the crime, you know. But also, the only way our collectivity would be able to recruit is when we ourselves as citizens be disciplined enough to know that we have to contribute, we have to pay our taxes, because to say that we need more police, it have a financial cost. And I'm asking people to be aware of all of that. I would recommend that all who interested in the police, they submit a CV to the president. They could submit it here to us too at the police, and we would send it on. The recruitment for the police is all dependent on the need for the collectivity, the budget, as I said a while ago. You know, when they have the budget approved, they would be able to put that in the budget so that they could hire more police. I would ask all those that are interested in the police to send in a CV. You write a motivation letter, you send it to the president. You could also send one to the director of police. You could bring it here myself, we'll receive it too. And we would put it there in case there is an opportunity, and we'd put it on. However, you could go for the police municipal, you could go on the site of the cnfpt.fr, Guadeloupe, and you could register. I think every year or every 2 years they had a concours. You would register there and they would call you for the next concours. If you get accepted, however, maybe you could, get in. Don't wait until they have a concours here. The last concours we had here is years ago, and there was a concours interne, understand? So I wouldn't tell you that they're going to have a concours, next year, every year like that. But send in your dossier in case, and also register by the CNFPT in Guadeloupe.
The Rector of Academy is chosen by the Council of Ministers and appointed by decree of the President of the Republic. A rector is in charge of an academy, which is the local administrative entity specific to the French National Public Education Service. The rector rules the education policy in the academy he or she is in charge of under the authority of the Minister of Education. He has full control over the 3 school levels, primary, secondary, and higher education, which gives him/her authority over the whole teaching or administrative personnel he or she is responsible for. They are granted wide powers of organization concerning administration, teaching, and vocational and curriculum council. They have full authority over the whole teaching or administrative personnel they are responsible for. Rectors are responsible for appointing the necessary personnel in the lycées, which is the high schools, and college, which is the junior high schools, over which they have educational control. They determine the general pedagogic structure of all schools, along with the local authorities. They organize the provisional investment programs. They distribute the amount of money each school receives and appoint the necessary personnel.
Mr. Jesper is the new representative of the Rectorat here in St. Martin. We changed a lot of presidents here in St. Martin. We also changed a lot of representatives of the Rectorat. So he is somebody that knows St. Martin because he was a special inspector for handicapped children. So it is with pleasure that I'm finding back Mr. Jesper because in the past we worked together. So together we are going to put in place all the actions that will permit the children and them to succeed in St. Martin. You have to know that the child, you have to take the child within its environment, within its context, to be able to give it the instructions that should bring them to be a better citizen. And so I would like to emphasize that we know in the past a lot of time that their teachers are absent, and I think Mr. Jesper got a special mission from the Rectorat of Guadeloupe to permit replace and the best way the teachers that will not be present in front of the children.
Hurricane season is here. Are you ready? Most importantly, are you prepared? Officially, the Atlantic hurricane season is from June 1st to November 30th. Early to mid-September being the pinnacle. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, has officially released its prediction for the upcoming season. As expected, and as many other experts have stated, the prediction is for an active or extremely active hurricane season this year as follows. For the 6-month hurricane season, NOAA's Atlantic Hurricane Season Outlook says there is a 70% likelihood of 13 to 20 named storms with winds of 39 miles per hour or higher, of which 7 to 11 could become hurricanes, including 3 to 6 major hurricanes. These ranges are well above the seasonal average of 12 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. So what does this mean for the Caribbean specifically? A team of meteorologists at Colorado State University have published a forecast of hurricane activity and landfall probability for 2013, which states that the islands of the Caribbean have a 61% probability that a major hurricane will strike land. The report also identifies the Bahamas as the territory with the record for the most Caribbean hurricane activity, while the ABC, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao Islands, and Trinidad and Tobago are the least likely to be affected. On Tuesday morning, the President held a brief press meeting with OUR News to discuss preparation of the hurricane season. Present at this meeting was Louis Fleming, Territorial Counselor in charge of Disaster Management, and Charlotte Tarek, who is the Project Manager for Major Risk and Natural Disaster. So, is the Collectivité ready in the event of a hurricane?
I think we are 90% ready. You can't say 100% because you also have a little thing more to add to security measures. But from in June, we started with our different meeting with the state, then with the commune, then with the collectivity, and everything was put in place from in June. The ravines, different gutters was clean. The different shelters was checked upon, and they are ready to be open in case of a hurricane. Everybody is on alert, so I guess the most important is put in place. Well, you're asking this question in a very good time because exactly tomorrow at afternoon, we'll be meeting our counterpart of disaster management on the French side, and so we'll put in place, we'll try to harmonize the different intervention on both sides.
Remember, build a kit, make a plan, be prepared for the hurricane season. The Fringe Boost is a need-based financial aid program provided by the French government to assist French citizens with educational expenses at accredited French schools. This year, the Collectivité of Saint-Martin had the responsibility of being the sole financial backing for this program. President Aline Hansen took the opportunity to discuss this and a few other subjects, such as the nursing school for those who wish to further their studies after graduating from high school, and the vandalism of the Grand Cause Maternal School.
To those kids, I would like to ask them to please address themselves to the youth services of the collectivity, because there are things in training that they can do right here on the island. The youth services with the Priscilla Bad and Gervais, we have especially 2 trainings that are possible. The BTS tourisme and the BTS bookkeeping, comptabilité, that is possible on the spot. We also have with Mylène Manuel the possibility of start preparing to be able to pass the concours to go to the nurses school here on St. Martin. So they must, if they had a back and they had received their back last year and they want to stay on the island of St. Martin, there are options that are given for a training and for them to pursue their career instead of just staying at home and not do anything. Also, there is Pôle Emploi who is going to do training for this year. Concerning the scholarships, this year St. Martin will not receive any help from other external persons for the financing of their scholarships. We will have to depend only and mainly on the collectivity. That also they will have to address themselves to M. Boucard from the Pôle de Développement Humain. I think actually it is Léon who is in charge of that file, so that they can give their certificate as soon as they enter school, which will permit the commission to give them a fast and effective answer. Concerning the schools and that they vandalize, I am very sorry of that, because we put all together so that the schools can be proper for to accommodate the children for the school year. And we are sorry that people can just like that for no reason at all, because when you go to school and you don't steal a computer, is that you are doing that just to amuse yourself. And it's the taxpayers' money that we are spending.
The Economic, Social, and Environmental Council, ESEC, or a constitutional consultative assembly which advises the government. The council represents the leading economic and social actors, facilitates cooperation among the various professional interest groups, and ensures that they contribute to the government's economic, social, and environmental policy. Renee Arnell, national representative on the ESEC, made a courtesy visit to the president on Thursday, where he discussed issues of the dumb, amongst other things.
What I can say is that definitely my position as conseiller économique représentant la collectivité de Saint-Martin et les collectivités d'outre-mer in Paris gives me the opportunity to meet with a certain amount of people, but also with a certain amount of services. And especially, I think that everybody know that I'm very interested that the Collectivity of Saint-Martin pursue the convention that we signed with l'ADOM because we have a certain amount of youths in St. Martin definitely can benefit from that structure. LADOM touches 3 different populations. The students, we have a lot of students, whether you have a boost or you don't have a boost. If you have a boost, LADOM will follow you up to 100%. If you don't have a boost, I mean to say your parents are well enough off to for you not to have a boost, then LADOM would go with you 50%. That's for the students. And it's a right. Everything I'm speaking here, it's a droit, like they say in French. It's not a favor, it's a droit that these students, once they can meet the criteria, has, okay, in the system. The second kind of population that we encounter with is those that, that they are, I won't say drop out, but they are not in school and not in the school system, the classical school system. And we have a lot of those young people on St. Martin. And they also can find a certain route within LADOM with a program called Formation Emploi. I mean to say that we can get them enrolled in a program. Eventually they get a job in France or whatever the territory they go to. And then at the end of that session, if they want to come back, they can still come back because it's a round trip ticket they goes with. And if they want to stay on the job because the people are satisfied with your performance and they themselves want to make a living over there, they can do that. And the third kind of population that we run into is what we call the general public, means to say everybody, again, pending that they meet the criteria. Anybody in the society has rights to a round trip ticket once a year. And that I am sure that our president, being around young people, she's very going to be very forceful to help me with that because what we need to do is to make sure we get that service directly on the territory of St. Martin.
Rotary is a worldwide organization of more than 1.2 million business, professional, and community leaders. Members of Rotary clubs, known as Rotarians, provide humanitarian service, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and help build goodwill and peace in the world. There are 33,000 Rotary clubs in more than 200 countries and geographical areas. Clubs are non-political, non-religious, and open to all cultures, races, and creeds. As signified by the motto, service above self, Rotary's main objective is service in the community, in the workplace, and throughout the world. The Rotary District Governor encourages friendly relations between all clubs in the district, as well as with Rotary International. He or she conducts an official visit with each club in the district to raise awareness of important Rotary issues, to provide special attention to weak and struggling clubs, to motivate club members to participate in service activities, and recognize the contribution of Rotarians.
Well, I am District Governor for District 7020, which comprises 10 countries in the Northern Caribbean, including St. Martin, as well as a number of other countries, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Bahamas, Haiti, and a few more. My role is to represent Rotary International's president, Ron Burton, and this year his theme is Engage Rotary and Change Lives. So my role is to come and meet with Madam the President and other leaders in the various countries where Rotary is established, and to send our greetings from the President and discuss how we can jointly assist in helping our communities, which is the main goal of Rotary, service above self. Well, Rotary, one of its niceties is that we love pins, and the pins have a meaning. The 2 pins that I gave Madam the President was one which was the Rotary International theme, which, as I mentioned, was Engage Rotary, Change Lives. I think in French is Agir avec le Rotary, changer des vies. Okay, thank you. I practiced. And the Rotary International president each year sets a theme based upon what he wants Rotary to do. And the call is for Rotarians to get more engaged in Rotary service and in community service. Now, the other pin was a district pin. We have our own pin and our own theme for the district, and this year our theme is Building Our Future with Vision, and we want to make sure that we build our district and build our communities year to year. So very much it's all about serving the community, helping the community, and enjoying the process as well. It's very important too. That's right. I mean, part of the role is, in addition to visiting people like Madeleine the President, is obviously to work closely with each of the Rotary Club's boards, discuss their challenges, see how we can support and help them, to also meet their clubs at club meetings. We had a wonderful club meeting in St. Martin yesterday, and we intend to have a great meeting tonight with the St. Martin Nord Rotary Club on the French side. But also, what's as important, if not more important, is our future, and the Rotaract clubs are very much the future of Rotary. These are young Rotarians in training, in our opinion, and we want to make sure we encourage them as well. And I believe we'll be spending some time with them on Saturday night. I understand they have something planned for my wife and I.
Please make note that the traffic circulation has once again changed. Those of you coming from Bellevue side will take the one-way road straight until where Uppercut Barbershop, Lakeside Restaurant used to be, making a left turn going straight, then another left and quick right in between the Collectivity and Forum, making the right and then going straight across over the stop sign, meeting the Rue Republic, which is the road where the banks are located. Those of you coming from the direction of French Quarter, Grand Cause area, and also those of you using Concordia Main Road, you will have to turn by Rue Republic and either take Rue La Liberté, which is the road with the post office and courthouse, or you can take the Waterfront Road. It's important that you note that the one-way road that was converted into a two-way, that's the road with Carl's and Sons Bakery, will now return to its usual one-way out of Marigot. Also, you can only pass in front of the Collectivity building. If you're heading to Sandy Ground direction, the road to the back of the Collectivity, that's the road with the entrance to the police station, that road will be closed. These detours will go into effect as of Monday, September 16th until November 29th. Yep, there you have it. Sorry, I don't make the rules, but please, I can't stress enough, unpacking your patience. We have a few bulletin reports for you this week. The Collectivité of Saint-Martin is having its second edition Open Doors Day of Sports on Saturday, September 14th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Omni Sports Hall in Gallows Bay. You can go out and participate in the different sport games of the day. The public will have the opportunity to meet with the Deputy for St. Martin and St. Bart's, Mr. Daniel Gibbs, on Wednesday, September 18, 2013. And the deputy welcomes persons who wish to meet with him to visit the Computech building located in Gallows Bay from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It is advised to make an appointment by phone at 590-5239-51. So that does it for the bulletin reports. This has been Our News. My name is Keisha Brooks, and on behalf of the Collectivity of Saint-Martin, thank you for watching. Have a good evening.